James Clear's Stoic secret to building a better life 1% at a time. I want you to imagine with me a moment of overwhelming clarity, a moment when the chaos of everyday life seems to pause. And in that brief stillness, you feel an immense connection to something far greater than yourself. Picture this. I'm standing on a windswept cliff as the first rays of dawn pierce the horizon. And in that quiet, almost sacred silence, every worry, every doubt, dissolves into the cool morning air. It is here that I discovered the timeless wisdom of Stoicism combined with the modern, incremental genius of James Clear's approach. And I want you to join me on this transformative journey. Today, we are not just discussing abstract ideas, we are embarking on a quest for a better life. One small, intentional step at a time, a journey that promises both inner peace and monumental growth. In our lives, each day presents us with choices, and it is the accumulation of these choices that builds the foundation of our character and destiny. I remember a time not long ago when I faced a moment of hardship that left me feeling utterly defeated. I was grappling with setbacks, failures that seemed insurmountable, and an overwhelming sense of despair. But in that darkness, I encountered the core of Stoic philosophy, a philosophy that teaches us that while we cannot control the events that happen to us, we have absolute power over how we respond to them. This principle, when combined with the idea of 1% improvement, became the beacon that led me out of the storm. I realized that every single day, every tiny decision to act with virtue and consistency, could incrementally build a fortress of resilience and inner strength. And now, I invite you to reflect on your own life. What would happen if you started to invest just 1% of your energy each day into cultivating resilience and self-discipline? How might your world change if you chose to view every setback as an opportunity for growth? As we journey together through these ideas, I want you to feel the electric energy of transformation. Imagine us, side by side, taking on life's challenges with the heart of a Stoic warrior and the relentless drive of someone determined to win big. Not through a single grand act, but through daily, disciplined efforts. I recall the first time I truly embraced the concept of incremental progress. I was working on a personal project that seemed too vast to ever complete. Instead of succumbing to the enormity of the task, I broke it down into the smallest achievable actions. Every day, I committed to doing just a little bit better than the day before. With each 1% improvement, the project slowly took shape. And more importantly, I began to understand that the secret to success was not in drastic overnight transformations but in the unwavering commitment to consistent, deliberate action. This method, inspired by both the ancient teachings of Stoicism and the modern insights of James Clear, taught me that our lives are built one small habit at a time. Now, let's delve deeper into the heart of Stoic wisdom. The Stoics believed in accepting the things we cannot change, while dedicating our energy to what lies within our control, our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This idea resonates with James Clear's philosophy of focusing on the daily choices that gradually shape our future. Every decision we make, no matter how insignificant it may seem, carries the potential to set off a chain reaction of positive change. Think about that for a moment. What if, instead of fixating on the overwhelming challenges before us, we concentrated on mastering the art of small, meaningful actions? I challenge you to ask yourself, how might your life evolve if you shifted your focus from trying to conquer the impossible in one fell swoop to embracing the power of incremental change? The beauty of this approach is that it is both deeply practical and profoundly liberating, enabling you to transform your life one tiny habit at a time. Our journey is not without its trials, and I know that each of us faces moments when the weight of life's struggles feels unbearable. Yet, it is precisely during these moments of adversity that the wisdom of Stoicism shines brightest. I recall a particularly challenging period when I was overwhelmed by the burdens of responsibility and the relentless pressure to succeed. It was then that I remembered the Stoic principle of amor fati, loving one's fate. Instead of resisting the hardships, I chose to embrace them as essential components of my personal growth. I began to see every challenge as an opportunity to develop resilience, to refine my character, and to inch ever closer to the person I aspired to become. As you listen to these words, I urge you to consider, what if you began to see your own challenges not as insurmountable obstacles but as invaluable lessons that are shaping you into a stronger, wiser individual? It is in these moments of introspection that the profound connection between Stoicism and the idea of 1% improvement becomes evident. Every setback you encounter, every failure you experience, is not a sign of defeat but a stepping stone on the path to excellence. This is where we, as seekers of truth and growth, find our true power, not in the fleeting victories of life, but in our capacity to rise after every fall. Imagine yourself, day after day, committing to a small act of improvement, to a tiny change that nudges you closer to your ideal self. Over time, these seemingly insignificant actions accumulate into a monumental transformation, much like the steady drip of water that eventually hollows out the hardest rock. In our pursuit of a better life, it is this unwavering commitment to incremental growth that acts as the catalyst for profound and lasting change. I want to share a story with you, a story that exemplifies the very essence of this journey. There was a time when I was faced with a seemingly impossible challenge, to run a marathon. Despite having never been a runner in my life, the thought of covering 26.2 miles filled me with dread and self-doubt. Yet, instead of succumbing to these fears, I decided to approach the challenge with the mindset of 1% improvement. I began by simply walking a few miles, gradually increasing my distance each day, and celebrating every small victory along the way. With each incremental step, I built not only my physical endurance but also my mental fortitude. I learned that the path to success is not paved with leaps and bounds but with the steady accumulation of tiny, consistent efforts. When you look back on your own journey, will you see a series of overwhelming hurdles? Or will you recognize the power of each small step that has brought you closer to your goals? As we progress further into this exploration of Stoicism and the power of incremental improvement, I want to emphasize that this approach is not about perfection, it is about progress. In the world of Stoic philosophy, the pursuit of virtue is a continuous, lifelong endeavor. There will be days when we stumble, when our efforts seem to fall short of our expectations, and when the weight of our past mistakes threatens to pull us back into despair. Yet, in those moments, we must remember that every misstep is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. The true measure of our character is not found in our moments of triumph but in our ability to rise again after each fall. I encourage you to embrace your imperfections, to see them as integral parts of your journey towards self-mastery. After all, it is the imperfections that make our progress authentic and our victories truly meaningful. In this pursuit of constant improvement, it is crucial to cultivate habits that support both our physical and mental well-being. Stoicism teaches us that discipline and mindfulness are the cornerstones of a fulfilling life. And James Clear's philosophy reinforces this by showing us that small, deliberate habits can lead to extraordinary outcomes. I have found that by establishing daily rituals, whether it be a morning meditation, a moment of gratitude before sleep, or a simple exercise routine, I am able to anchor my day in purpose and clarity. These habits not only enhance my productivity but also fortify my spirit against the inevitable challenges that arise. I invite you to reflect on your own routines. What small, positive habits can you incorporate into your daily life to build a foundation of resilience and inner strength? Remember, it is not the grand gestures but the consistent, mindful actions that accumulate into a life of purpose and virtue. Let us now consider the transformative power of perspective. One of the most liberating lessons I have learned from both Stoicism and the philosophy of 1% improvement is the realization that our perception of events shapes our reality. When we view setbacks as insurmountable failures, they tend to dominate our lives, casting long shadows over every new opportunity. However, when we shift our perspective and see each challenge as a chance to grow, the very fabric of our existence begins to change. I once faced a series of unexpected obstacles that threatened to derail my plans entirely. In the midst of the turmoil, I paused to reflect on the nature of adversity and remembered the Stoic teaching that every hardship is an opportunity to cultivate wisdom and fortitude. This shift in perspective transformed my experience. I began to see each challenge as a necessary part of my journey, each one contributing to the gradual building of a better, more resilient version of myself. I ask you, what if you began to view your own struggles through the lens of opportunity rather than defeat? How might your life change if you chose to see every setback as a stepping stone toward greatness? This is the heart of the Stoic secret to building a better life. the understanding that lasting change is not about dramatic, instantaneous transformations, but about the steady, deliberate process of becoming a little bit better each day. In our modern world, where instant gratification and rapid results are often glorified, this message can seem counterintuitive. Yet, the power of incremental improvement lies in its consistency and sustainability. I challenge you to embrace the philosophy of 1% improvement, to recognize that each small victory, each modest act of discipline, is a building block in the construction of a life defined by resilience, purpose, and inner strength. As you take these tiny steps forward, you will find that the cumulative effect is nothing short of extraordinary. It is a process that requires patience, perseverance, and a deep commitment to self-improvement, a process that transforms the seemingly mundane into a journey of epic proportions. In the spirit of our shared quest for growth, I want to share another personal experience that encapsulates this philosophy. There was a time when I struggled with self-doubt and the fear of failure. A time when the idea of pursuing my dreams felt like an insurmountable mountain. I decided to break down my goals into the smallest possible actions. I started by writing a single sentence each day, gradually building towards a complete manuscript. I celebrated every word, every line, as a victory in itself. Over time, these small acts of courage added up, and I found myself accomplishing feats I had once thought impossible. This experience reinforced the profound truth that our lives are the sum of the small, consistent actions we take each day. I want you to know that no matter how daunting your dreams may seem, if you commit to improving by just 1% each day, you are already on the path to greatness. Reflect on this. What small action can you take today that will bring you one step closer to your dream? How can you turn your daily routines into opportunities for growth and self-discovery? Throughout this journey, we must also remember the importance of community and shared purpose. In the ancient teachings of Stoicism, the idea of cosmopolitanism reminds us that we are all part of a larger whole, a universe in which every individual is connected by the common pursuit of virtue and wisdom. In our modern lives, this concept can be a powerful source of support and inspiration when we surround ourselves with others who share our commitment to growth and resilience. We create an environment in which our individual efforts are amplified. I have experienced firsthand the incredible energy that arises from collaborating with like-minded individuals, each one committed to the idea of incremental improvement and the pursuit of a meaningful life. I encourage you to seek out communities, both online and offline, that resonate with these values. Engage in conversations, share your experiences, and learn from the journeys of others. In doing so, you will not only enrich your own path but also contribute to a collective movement toward a more resilient, purpose-driven world. At this point, I want to introduce a moment of reflection, a unique, unparalleled moment that I like to call the Stoic Epiphany. Imagine yourself in a quiet, solitary space, perhaps early in the morning or late at night, when the world is hushed and your mind is clear. In this moment of solitude, you begin to truly understand that every challenge you face, every small victory you achieve, is a testament to your inner strength and your commitment to growth. You realize that the true measure of success is not in the grand gestures or the loud proclamations of achievement, but in the quiet, persistent acts of self-discipline and resilience that define your character. It is in this serene moment of self-awareness that you feel an overwhelming sense of empowerment, a realization that you have the power to shape your destiny one tiny step at a time. I invite you now to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let this thought sink in. You are the architect of your own life, and every 1% improvement is a brick in the foundation of your future. What legacy do you want to build with these small, deliberate actions? How will you harness the power of incremental change to create a life that reflects your highest values and deepest aspirations? As we draw closer to the conclusion of our journey today, I want you to carry this message with you. The path to a better life is not paved with instant miracles but with a slow, steady accumulation of tiny improvements. Embrace the Stoic principles of self-discipline, mindfulness, and resilience. Accept that life will present challenges, and instead of fearing them, see them as opportunities to build your inner strength. Just as a sculptor chips away at marble to reveal a masterpiece, every small act of improvement is a stroke of the chisel that shapes the person you are destined to become. Reflect on the idea that by committing to a mere 1% improvement each day, You are investing in a future that is rich with purpose, wisdom, and enduring strength. In our modern world, where the allure of quick fixes and overnight success often overshadows the value of gradual growth, this message stands as a powerful reminder that true transformation is a process that unfolds slowly, deliberately, and inevitably over time. I challenge you to rethink your approach to success and happiness. Instead of chasing fleeting moments of triumph, focus on cultivating daily habits that nourish your mind, body, and soul, whether it is through meditation, journaling, exercise, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the beauty of life. Each small act of self-care and discipline is a step toward a more meaningful existence. As we reach the final moments of our time together, I want to leave you with a final, resounding call to action. In the face of life's uncertainties, in the midst of chaos and confusion, remember that you have the power to build a better life, 1% at a time. Let the wisdom of Stoicism and the practical insights of James Clear guide you as you embark on your journey of continuous improvement. Embrace every challenge, celebrate every small victory, and never lose sight of the fact that your progress is the result of countless, seemingly insignificant actions that add up to something extraordinary. I stand here with you, not as a distant teacher, but as a fellow traveler on this winding road of life, and I believe with all my heart that each of us has the capacity to achieve greatness through patience, perseverance, and unwavering dedication. So, as you step forward into your future, ask yourself, what is the first 1% improvement you can make today? How will you harness the power of small, consistent actions to build a life filled with resilience, virtue, and inner strength? Let this be the moment when you commit to the journey of 1,000 small steps, each one leading you closer to the person you are meant to be. And as you continue along this path, remember that every day is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to create a legacy that reflects the true essence of who you are. In closing, I want you to take a deep breath and feel the energy of possibility that surrounds you. Know that the power to change your life lies not in grand gestures or dramatic overhauls, but in the quiet, persistent effort to become 1% better with each passing day. This is the Stoic secret to building a better life, a secret that has been passed down through the ages and is now illuminated by the modern wisdom of James Clear. Let us commit together to this path of continuous improvement, to the relentless pursuit of excellence, and to a future where every small step is celebrated as a victory in itself. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and may you always find strength in the knowledge that every 1% improvement you make is a testament to your unyielding spirit and your unwavering commitment to living a life of purpose, resilience, and profound inner peace.